Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D. And today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Knight of Arrows and the Hawk. And again, this is a court card. We talked about this, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, 5 weeks ago. And the thing I like about this card, really this whole deck, is just, the imagery of the animals, that are in it as the, especially for the court cards. And this hawk, I see a lot of hawks when I'm driving to and from work. And they're just amazing birds of prey. They're very quick. They're very agile when they're flying. They make up their minds pretty dang quick on what they want to get. And, their eyesight is just... it's out there. They can see things and, even the slightest of movement, and they hone in on it and, look out for whatever it is. And whether it's a rabbit or mouse or rat, it doesn't make a difference. They're going after it. So the hawk in itself is symbolic of vision and power. It's again, like I like to say, as the fighters, they're fighters and knights, they're fighters and tacticians. Arrows is about air and logic and reasoning. And the hawk itself is quick, graceful, able to fly at great heights. All right. Some of the reading points with this hawk is as you try to take on that characteristic of that Knight of Arrows, that hawk, what you want to do is you want to try to use that vision within yourself to see you through your doubts and uncertainties, or, to the matter at hand, whatever it is that is, before you. And it could be a situation, it could be a conversation. It could go back to even at the beginning of the week where you were struggling, with your own insecurities. All right. Not wanting to be exploited, as we talked about there. And, and then you've had this challenge come up yesterday. All right. And this is a challenge of power. And here, this hawk wants you to act quickly. All right. And wants you to get into whatever it is that's going to make you feel secure. So you're not, like the Seven of Arrows, insecure. All right. And where you're not going to be exploited, where your self-confidence comes out. Okay. To help you move forward, to help you grow in that relationship, to help you solidify yourself on that project, to as you're meeting new friends and going to social gatherings, just become that likable guy or girl, that personable, that can relate to all things. All right. Focusing on that quick energy that's coming in, that logic, that reasoning, that type of energy. As you're going through those situations, it's swift and it's subtle, and it's a lot of common sense. And it's amazing how many people have common sense, but even more amazing at people that don't have that common sense. Okay, and as I look at the other cards, that were drawn during the week, and it's just, first we're talking about the insecurity. That hawk, when you make that quick decision and you're very successful at it, okay, you're going to gain self-esteem. You're going to gain security out of all that. You're going to, have that thought process of, hey, I can do this. Okay, and yet at the other side of that Six of Stones, that exploitation, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm learning how to move out of my cave a little bit. I'm learning how to navigate relationships. I'm learning how to grow in my social activities. Okay, but I'm also not gonna, that knight is saying, don't become so vulnerable. Okay, don't put yourself out where you can be exploited. Okay, so it's saying, keep that guard up a little bit. Keep those walls up around you until you really, truly trust somebody, to do that. And, that sometimes that happens and sometimes that don't. Okay, I know when I first started in the sales field, the gentleman who mentored me, first things out of his mouth is, don't trust anyone. And I've held that true to my vest. There are some people that I will trust, but there are others I just keep at a hand's way. I'm very personable to them. I understand, what they say to me. I listen to them, but I keep them at arm's length, okay? Because their actions speak louder than the words, all right? And that's very true. When you can sit back like that hawk and observe and see what's going on out there and watch the behaviors, okay, that's when you can be quick. Not to exploit them, not to make them feel secure, but to kind of, gain that own confidence of, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to show them what I can do. All right. And that's that challenge of that power that we were talking about yesterday in that Two of Stones. All right. As the female hares are fighting for dominance over the male hares. Okay. Taking that opportunity, taking on that challenge, but being quick about it. Being right about it, using common sense, watching what's happening, in almost like a parry when you're fighting somebody, just looking for that small opening where you can just get that chink in the armor, not to do them any harm, but just to get in there and get yourself people. Whoa, what was that all about? How did that happen? It catches them off guard, and then they start thinking, hey, this guy knows something about something. We need to keep our eyes out on him, So as you're going through your day, look for a person that maybe this is you, maybe this is somebody in your workplace or in your relationship or a social activity. Okay, if this is somebody else, look for a person who defends their beliefs for themselves as well as for others. This is somebody that's going to stand up for a cause. Okay, that's going to defend their position. And they're going to have all that ammunition behind them. They're going to be gathering the data. They're going to be, tracking things. All right, they're going to be out there, making sure things are taken care of. And when the time comes, they'll be able to present all that forward in a project and say, look, this is why I believe we should go down this road. The data shows, okay, that these are the right aspects that we need to look for in this project. Same thing in a relationship. Gather that data, all right? Gather that momentum as you're starting to learn about something. Observe the behavior, okay, of how they interact with others, of how they interact with you, all right? Over time, within a week, 2 weeks, you're going to see the genuineness of a person. You're going to see who their true makeup of who they really are. Okay? And that's when you start letting the guard down. You start letting them in. They're going to start letting you in. Same thing with a social activity. All right? You go to that social event, and what's going to happen? People are kind of, on their edge a little bit, and then after a while, you start mingling, you start talking with people, you start making friends. All right? And, you find commonalities within that. If this is an aspect, okay, you look for somebody that, look for an aspect that's heroic or vigilant, where there, maybe you have to use some subtlety with. If this is an event, it's something that's going to be supporting a cause, making a donation to muscular dystrophy or, making a cause to run a race for prostate cancers, things on that nature. But something it's going to strike you near and dear to your heart, that's going to make a quick decision. Okay, I know for myself, whenever there's a run, usually in March, it's for a fallen runner, and it's a memorial run, and I make sure I go to that every year. Okay, because it's something that's near and dear to my heart, and I like running, and it's a good time, good event. Okay. If it's another piece of that event, if it's an event where you like hanging around other people, that are like-minded, those that, like to camp, chances are they'll go to a camping show together. Those that like to, hang out and watch sporting events, that's a good good opportunity to do that as well. So a couple questions that this Knight of Arrows, this hawk talks about is, what do you need to stand up for? What is it that you need to stand up for at work, in your relationship, in a social gathering, okay, where it's something that you want to defend, something you want to take a stand on. All right, so you can judge what's going on. Hey guys, let's all go out and do a leprechaun run, okay? Or hey, they're selling raffle tickets for some sort of cancer thing going around, and you go around and you go ahead and do something like that. The other thing is have you checked your information? Have you gathered all that data? Have you looked at everything that's presented to you? Okay, well, data-wise, information, talking with people, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So those are a couple of the questions that this Knight of Arrows, the Hawk talks about. Again, he's going to be very quick. He's going to see things from a distance. He's going to be very observant. Or she, could be both. So I look forward to your comments down below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me. And this is D for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.